Andrew worked as a system administrator for a large medical company. Nothing unusual, setting up servers, backing up, protecting data. It was tedious work, but stable. All that changed the day one of the old servers, long thought to be shut down, suddenly activated. An untitled folder appeared on the screen. Inside were thousands of files with dates going back decades. Curiosity took over. Andrew opened the first file. It was the medical records of an 8-year-old girl. Standard parameters: first name, last name, date of birth, diagnoses. But the last entry gave him a strange feeling. Patient discharged. Not cured, not transferred, just discharged. Andrew opened the next file. Male, age 42. Last entry: patient discharged. File after file, year after year, the diagnoses changed, but the bottom line was always the same. The deeper he dug, the more disturbing it became. The dates coincided with periods when people went missing in the city, never en masse, but 1 or 2 a year. Those who were thought to have run away, drowned, died in accidents. One file in particular caught his attention. The date of the last entry was yesterday. Patient discharged. Name: Victor Nixon. Age 33. That name sounded familiar to Andrew. He typed it into his corporate messenger and froze. Victor worked at their company in the accounting department. His desk was 2 offices away. Andrew got up and went to check it out. The accounting office was open. Victor's workstation was neatly tidied up, and the login screen was lit up on the monitor. It looked like he had just stepped out for lunch. "Where's Victor?" Andrew asked his colleagues. "Haven't you heard?" Surprised one of the accountants. "He didn't come into work today. They said he quit, but strangely, his stuff was still there." Andrew went back to his room, his heart pounding. He opened Victor's file again. A new item appeared there. Operator, a 0011. It hadn't been there before. Andrew started looking for files with a similar operator. He found dozens, then hundreds. There were too many, and each time a different line appeared after the statement. Operator, a 0001, operator, a 0002, and so on. He found the first one. Operator, a 0001. The file belonged to a patient registered in 1963. A man without a trace disappeared after discharge. Andrew went back to Victor's file and refreshed the page. Operator, a 0012, he realized. Each person who disappeared became an operator himself. Next, the computer flickered. A new line appeared on the screen. Operator, a 0013 assigned. Andrew didn't even have time to close the file. The lights in the office blinked on. His heart clenched. The door closed behind him. Andrew turned round sharply, but there was no one in the corridor. His heart pounded frantically, but he forced himself back to the screen. The line, operator, a 0013 assigned, kept flashing. He didn't need to check the files to realize the number was now his. He tried shutting down the computer, but the cursor wouldn't move. The keyboard was unresponsive. Then a new tab opened in front of him. Operator, a 0013. Do you confirm patient processing? Yes. No. What does that mean? Processing? Whose? Andrew didn't press anything, but after a second, the cursor moved on its own and hovered over yes. He snapped out of his seat, pulled the network cable, but the screen didn't even blink. Panic was growing. He grabbed his phone and dialed Victor's number, knowing it was pointless. It buzzed, and someone picked up. "Hello?" The voice was muffled, as if from far away. "Victor, is that you? Where are you?" A pause. Then it was barely audible. "Run." And the connection went dead. The text on the screen changed. "Response time has expired. Automatic acknowledgement." The monitor blinked. A new record opened. Patient, Mark Peterson, 27 years old. Status, active. Location, second floor, room 208. Operator, a 0013. He knew room 208. It was his friend Mark in the IT department. Andrew rushed towards the exit. Footsteps echoed down the corridor. But no matter what he did, his feet carried him to office 208. He didn't want to go there, but he did. The door was ajar. Mark? No answer. He slowly peered inside. The chair had its back turned. Someone was sitting in it. Mark? The chair turned round. It was empty. At that moment, Andrew realized he wasn't standing outside the office, but in front of a mirror. It wasn't himself he saw in the reflection. Victor was looking back at him. "You're one of us now,"